put the bloodline on last because the world champion versus world champion had to go on last. So they bookended things with the other big feature match, the bloodline versus the bloodline. Solo and Jacob and Tama versus Roman and the Usos. And do you think poor Loa has figured it out by now? That they just have no confidence in him whatsoever?
He's just got to be happy to be there. That's what I think.
If it makes you happy,
That doesn't.
then go ahead and keep getting paid. So, Roman and Jimmy got an entrance, and then Jay got his own entrance with the waving and the eating. And you got to say, what the crowd that was there, do you remember the other Saudi Arabia crowds being this fucking over the top?
Well,
When they started, it was a little reserved, right? And then they kind of got with it. But boy, these people wanted to see everything.
Well, they were chanting and stuff. I remember them going crazy for different people in the past. Sami Zayn got a big reaction. But yeah, Jey Uso came through the crowd.
Well, yes, but I mean, they were hot for almost everything that was in any way remotely entertaining on this program. They were said they knew all the words. How many people in Saudi Arabia speak English? Or do you think that they're doing the Saudi Arabian equivalent of the fucking Filipino guy that Journey got to take Steve Perry's place, where he could make the vocal sounds, but he couldn't speak English, so he was just phonetically doing the fucking songs?
I think a lot of people know English. I think it's one of the languages that a lot of people throughout the world are taught. A lot of places throughout different countries are multiple languages. Well, English and Spanish contemporary.
But nevertheless, they're singing. They love to sing over there because they only get a couple of these a year, so it's still kind of fresh in their minds. So they love this. But the crowd was great. And then they rang the bell, as the old saying. No, they rang the bell 20 minutes into the program for the first match. And, I mean, you tell me what you thought of the match in a minute. And to be honest, there wasn't much match there, but the crowd was so easy. I jotted down and said they were working a spot show match, which in the territory days, if you go to a spot show that didn't get a show very often, and they were popping on headlocks and arm drags, that's where you shine the baby faces, let them do stuff that makes them look good, and body slams and drop kicks and hip tosses and stuff, and then you get speed, and nobody takes too many risks, but people are loving it anyway, and then you do your finish or whatever, because I try to tell the Ring of Honor guys this, at some point, there's a number of points, how much louder can they scream, right? So that's where you gauge your performance based on the crowd. And if you're in Milwaukee and there's 500 people, don't risk life, limb, and property to do shit that they'll be happy with. They're already screaming. How much louder can they scream? Now, having said that, while as a former booker, promoter, and performer, I understand that principle. Yeah, big-ass fucking crowd. And the company got paid $50 million. So, they kind of worked through this kind of flat-footed, and until the finish, there wasn't anything going on that you were hanging on the edge of your seat about, was there?
I said when we talked about SmackDown, I like the segments when they're talking to each other, the things are progressing, and the finishes of the match is usually some kind of story. The matches themselves go on forever. They're not always paced right, at least for me. And there's, now, once you want to sloppiness with the Usos, that's all I see now. You can't look away from it now, can you? It's your fault. You're throwing up the guy cannons. Well, it's because they slapped me in the face when I first saw it, just like their punches. They're open-handed slaps to the face. I can't not see it because I operated a training program. Yeah, the match I thought was a little lacking, but it's not really about the matches. There's just one line. And that's basically, they got basic, long heat on Jay, and then finally, they kept Roman out for the whole match. It was either Jay or Jimmy. And then finally, Jay tagged Roman and got a big pop. I mean, it's working. And then it was Roman against Solo. And Roman, they did a big 1-2 exchange, and then Roman made his comeback, but the other four guys had already disappeared. It's like somebody out in the crowd has a tranquilizer dart at some point. And they got there. But Roman hit Superman punch. It went for the spear, but Solo hit the spike and covered him. And then poor old Jimmy, he waited all that time for his spot. He was late for the save, and the referee had to hold up the count. At least the camera wasn't completely on it, so it would almost make you think, oh, maybe I just didn't see it. But I'll tell you, if this had been Brooklyn, the crowd would have booed the shit out of it. But these people are just like, ooh, Jay kept it. They booed it. Watch out there. Watch your back on the hole. Well, yeah, because you can't boo an official government project. But he'd been gone for 5 minutes, and he came in late on the fight anyway. So then the other four guys jumped in at 100 miles per hour. They went back and forth. And finally, Roman grabbed Tama and threw him onto the referee. But then Jacob leveled Roman and hit that sweet, sweet moonsault. And then did a dive on both Usos out on the floor. And Solo spiked Roman twice and covered him in 1, 2, 3. And ooh. And I agree with Solo and Roman. If either of the Usos had lost, it wouldn't have the impact. If anybody but Solo got the pin, it wouldn't be what they're trying to do. But I thought this was somewhat. Again, nobody really gets a fucking out anymore, but yeah. And then the heels got some more heat, and they cleared off the desk, and they were going to powerbomb Roman through the desk, but Jay stopped them. But then they got on Jay, and they put him in the corner with the chair around his neck, and they're going to do the ass in the face of the chair and the thing. But Sammy's music played, and Sammy comes to the ring, and Sammy and Solo are standing there talking to each other. But now, meanwhile, Jay is in the corner, sitting motionless, upright with a chair around his neck. Flat up. I recovered from goddamn knee surgery. When I was coming out of the anesthetic, I was able to fucking take a chair off my head. But he was sitting right there, and then Sammy looks at Jay, but then he goes to hug Solo. And as he goes to give him the hug, he gives him the suplex. And then the heels get on Sammy. But now all the baby faces get up, including Jay taking the chair off his head.
heels, and Solo is trapped in the middle with all four of the baby faces, Jimmy and Jay and Roman and Sammy. And at the same time, Roman and Sammy charge for Solo, and Solo moves and Sammy just knocks the shit out of Roman with the big kick. And then Jimmy's pissed, and Jay's trying to get between them, and the heels are landing, they leave. So again, a bump in the road to true domestic bliss here. But like you say, with the match, it was the finish and a reason to do the angle, and they'll have a package of the angle on Raw and move from there.
Yeah, switching the thing down here 2 years after the fact. That's how often they can pull Sami Zayn. They can pull Sami Zayn back into this. I guess if you're gonna bloodline versus bloodline, he is one of the. Adam Roman's also forgetting what a prick he was to everyone. Yeah. And now Sami has to try to prove himself to Roman because he accidentally just hit him in. We'll see where it goes. Interesting.
And Sami was one of the most popular members of the bloodline when they were heels.
When he got his win back over Roman. Remember, there was fucking everyone. Remember, there were certain fans, certain smart fans flipping out when he didn't beat Roman Reigns and Montreal for the time.
Yes. Everybody in Quebec was and San Jose were offended.
Hey everyone, interrupting your research with huge news.
Is it the new iPhone 16 Pro?
Of course. Garbage.